Turley, you have to pee.
Yeah.
All right, go evacuate your bladder. I'm already recording, so go use the potty and then come back so we can get started with this here podcast.
Do you really need to be buying tattoos right now?
Do you really need to be giving me financial advice right now?
No. Would that stop you the other way around?
No. You like have your hair like so pretty in front and like framing face. I'm like pushing it back. So I'm like, hi, welcome to the plus size section.
You're all tatted up. You look badass.
Thank you. I need more. It's like I need more. Yeah, you do need more. You need more tattoos.
I still have that one that I rescheduled right before Molly died. I rescheduled it for June, so.
R.I.P. Molly.
Yeah.
The queen. The baby. But you also have 2 crazy kids at home now, so.
Yeah. I went and fed them.
Oh, that was nice.
It was dinner. Yeah. It's nice of me to take care of my fur babies.
Nice of you to actually feed your animals. I'm proud of you for doing that. Yeah.
I feed my animals, everyone.
Fat people actually take care of their animals. Just so anybody knows, in case there's like a stigmatism against that. A stigmatism?
In case your eyeball's shaped a little funny over that.
That's why you shouldn't be doing this. Okay. All right. We're pumping it up. Howdy, y'all, and welcome to the plus size section. I'm Sam Rose Realness.
And I'm unapologetically Hayley. How y'all doing tonight?
How are you? And tonight we're going to talk about being fat online.
It kind of sucks.
It kind of really sucks.
Like, it's awesome, but it sucks.
It's awesome. It inspires other fat people to get out there and be online. And I know that I have a lot of friends that have said that, you know, our brands and what we're doing has inspired them to kind of put themselves out there. So it's awesome. But it also sucks to just be existing and be told that you're glorifying obesity when you're not. You're just being fat online. And
it's like,
even
bro, I'm just standing.
I'm literally just sitting here with my hand on my face. How am I romanticizing obesity? But you should see the other TikTok where I, in fact, am loving on my body. So maybe that's the comment to leave on that video. I don't know.
I hope he saw my response to his comment. I hope he loses sleep over my grotesqueness.
I hope so,
Fuck
too.
you, buddy.
We're talking about a really funny TikTok that I made about being fat online, actually. And this person decided to comment on it, and I made a funny response, and Hayley made a funny response. So go check that out at Sam Rose Realness on TikTok. But we actually did a really cool poll. Well, not a poll, but we asked people to share their experiences with us. And we're going to share those a little bit later, talking about like what's their experiences about being fat online. But I want to know, Hayley, what's your opinion? What have you experienced as being a fat-bodied person online?
I feel like I honestly don't have I feel like I don't have a ton of experience with being fat online because I obviously have been making TikToks and stuff for years now, but I hid myself a lot. Most of my content was me doing like herbalism. So it was, the camera was pointed outward. Like I didn't involve my much below like here on my TikTok that much. And I think being like going through the weight loss surgery process and just getting comfortable like taking progress pictures of myself, I feel like that's what did it. Because I didn't, before I took progress pictures, I didn't take full body pictures like at all. Like I was trying to find a picture of my full body in like from sometime between like when COVID started now, and I didn't have any. Like I had maybe 2. But I just like did not take pictures of myself like that. So I feel like I just, so far, now that I'm showing myself more, I feel like it's mostly been positive. Like there have been people that are like, "Oh, you're really going to eat that?" And I light them up in response because that's how I like to handle idiots on the internet. But yeah, I feel like I've had it easy, to be honest, because there's some really cruel fucking people out there.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll find us. I'm sure.
I
No, they're
hope they
really.
do.
Yeah, Hayley is the spicy Sagittarius in the group. I am the Libra of the group, so I will make a funny response to those comments as I cry myself to sleep. Where Haley's just like, "Fuck them people," like, which is
Yes.
the energy you should have when you're a fat person online. And I think it's really hard to not take those comments so seriously. But the thing that's helped me the most is when I'm out in the real world and I don't get those comments. I know when I was younger, of course, like kids are fucking cruel.
Mm-hmm.
So kids are cruel. Like they will just ridicule your body, ridicule your appearance like in person.
Mm-hmm.
Where when you're older, like I don't get that day to day, guys. Like I don't get anyone commenting on my body. No one
Yeah.
is just like, oh my God, like look at that fat woman walking into that place of eatery at dinner time to feed her body. Like that's so crazy. Like I
Yeah.
don't get that shit,
But
where
it
like
actually
on
does, like, it happens.
it does
It's
happen.
documented online all the time, but I feel like I'm
Absolutely.
always waiting for that too, like lying in wait to be
Oh,
humiliated.
of course. Well, you have like I was never part of the Tumblr phase. Like I know you were a Tumblr person. I think
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of our friends were Tumblr people.
Yeah.
I know there's like um trigger warning discussion of eating disorders. I know that there's like a fatspo like for anorexia, like what's it called? Like it's like inspiration.
Inspo?
Yeah, Thinspo. That's Fatspo. Oh my
Okay.
god.
I thought
Thinspo.
I was like, I've been off Tumblr for a while if
No,
they're
yeah.
claiming to be us now.
No, that's all so far removed from it I am though, but like, Thinspo of like where they'll take fat body people and like on the internet and use it as like inspiration. And it's
Mm-hmm.
always like a fat body person that has made it and is like out there just living their life and putting their body in the media and like having a popular TikTok with like 1.5 million followers and stuff like that. Like the larger you get, the more you kind of open yourself up to it. And I think that that's part of the reason that you've hidden yourself and I've hidden myself of like my body, especially of like I'm scared of what's going to come, what I'm welcoming in by
Mm-hmm.
opening myself up to opportunities, to sharing my experiences, sharing my life as a fat bodied individual. It's kind of, you always have to think in the background of like, what's going to come with that. My experiences, recently I've started showing my body. I've been dancing with it, loving it, accepting it. I'm not full blown body positivity. Like I try to be, but I can't be that all the time because some days like I can't accept my body because of how society has like programmed me, right? Where
That's
I'm
real
trying to
shit.
just it's real shit. Like I'm just trying to move into like body acceptance
Mm-hmm.
of and like no more body limiting, like not
Right.
limiting myself because of my body. Um but I think that it's going to take time. Like even I can recognize my internal fat phobia. It's like with anything growing up in the society, like you're going to have internalized misogyny, you're going to have fat phobia, you're going to have other stuff, and it's like I can recognize with that within myself. And when I
Yeah.
put myself online, that's just affirming that I'm moving into the right direction of just making a flipping TikTok
Yeah.
as a fat body person, like which I'm allowed to do, but what
But
am
we
I
are made to
opening?
feel like we're
You're
not
not.
fit for
Yeah.
public.
My comments are so filtered and censored just for
Really.
me to have oh, absolutely. Just for me to have like a peace of mind when putting out content to the point where, the comment that I received was in Spanish. And that's
Yeah.
how they were able to get through my filters
Yeah.
was because they said it in Spanish, and it was like, because if I had to deal with 100 people telling me to kill myself, trigger warning, I feel like I'm doing really bad about the trigger warnings, but you know, if I had to deal with 100 people telling me to unalive myself or that I shouldn't be making content, it would mentally destroy me over time.
Yeah.
Just trying to put content online. So it like is affirming that when you are online as a fat body person, you have to just know that that's coming, right? Maybe I shouldn't be drinking any more wine.
I think that maybe don't. Oh, that's it. She's done, folks.
I got Sauvignon Blanc because I've never had it before. I'm like trying to expand my.
You mean Sauvignon Blanc?
Oui, oui. Yeah.
You're like short circuiting in French. Fat people just can't win online.
No.
And honestly, low key in real life too. But like, if we don't want to lose weight, like if we're just vibing, it's glorifying obesity. If you get weight loss surgery, it's the easy way out.
Oh,
and then if you lost a bunch of weight and you're thin and you have loose skin, well, you got to get rid of that. You got to cut that shit off because that's unseemly. And it's like, you guys really should just worry about yourselves.
Absolutely.
Because you ain't all that.
Right. Well, I mean, we're going to do this in another episode about talking about fat people portrayed in the media. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until I became like a conscientious fat person and like went back in my body and stopped dissociating from it that when I'm consuming media now, I'm like, oh, we're just like a joke. And there's so much fat phobia in like all media that I was like, no wonder fat people are ashamed to be who they are and scared to put themselves out there, or even have like are distrustful of their friends and their support group because it's affirmed in everyday life in everything that they're consuming that you're worthless, you're gross, you're disgusting. And it's like, the average US size is what, a 16? Like, what are you talking about? An 18.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. And we can also do a whole episode about like why that is. Why we are a bigger population, but we won't get into that.
We won't get into that right now. What we will get into is these online submissions that we got. We did a poll on Instagram where I asked you guys and Hayley asked you guys to share your experiences with us. I think I got maybe 3. If you want to start with your one, I'm going to pull mine up on my phone.
If you, the loser, want to go first, because I have more than you.
You have more?
No, I pretended to be you.
Oh my God. I was like, damn, dude.
I got 74.
Stop it. It's hard to like get people to write in that questions box on Instagram.
Oh God, yeah, nobody did.
No, it's like pulling teeth, and I'm like, dude, like share your experience. Like, it's so hard no matter what brand I'm working with. Like, people do not like, they'll do the polls all day long. Like, yes, no, slide, right? But
whatever's easy,
right. But if you try to get them to write in that stupid questions box, they're like, absolutely not. I'm like, please.
The only time I've had success with that was when it was related to astrology. That shit, like whenever I was working on a product for my herbalism store,
right?
Appalachian Solstice. But I got it. It was like 15 different people per slide. There was like 12 slides. I was like, God damn. But I feel like for me, I struggle with flowery language. I feel like I'm so fucking straightforward that I'm like, tell me about your experiences.
It's the undiagnosedism.
Yeah. I know this is a completely different episode, but I feel like that is a major difference between how you grew up and how I grew up, because you knew from 13. And I found out about ADHD alone at 30.
That's crazy.
And you and my husband, whenever I was like, I think I might be autistic, we're both like, yeah, we knew this.
I just need a doctor to fill out that form for you. That way
Yeah.
you can like have the plaque that we have of like, oh, like my doctor said I'm spicy. This
Literally no one in
explains.
town will do it. Everyone here does kids. You know, they
Yeah.
evaluate children.
Right. Well, I was a child. And
Cut the does kids part.
I'm just gonna upload that sound bit. Everybody in here does. Everybody in town does kids. West Virginia.
Cue the SVU soundtrack.
Yes. All right.
Anyway.
Hit us with your submission. Hit us with your submission.
Okay. So I'm going to keep this person anonymous, but they said, I used to be a co-moderator for one of the largest fat girl fashion Tumblr accounts. It's crazy the amount of harassment I used to get just for being fat and having the audacity to be visible. And I am not entirely sure what time period of Tumblr this was from. I'm assuming it was like the mid 2010s, like what we were talking about, like the heyday of Tumblr. But
right.
I asked them, I was like, do you think it's easier to exist as a fat person now? And they think it's easier to be less visible and just like vibe in our own communities. But fat phobia is worse now than it was, like more insidious. They might not say like, fuck you, fatty, but like between the backhanded comments and like the diet culture bullshit, like we get ads all the time for diets and workout plans, you know, thin influencers, fitness girlies, which like no shade against them at all, like get that bag, but it's still, we're just like bombarded with how to be thin. And we don't really see any examples about how to even just live like an active lifestyle and be fat. Like it's crazy to me because it's obviously I knew this, and then whenever they were talking about it, I was like, damn, like you're right.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off again.
Right. Like I'm fired up. But I think that's right. Like the being invisible, being like less visible, trying to be invisible is actually a lot of the comments that I got of like one of the submissions that I received was you know, all of my accounts are private because of trolls. And they can't handle it and they don't want to invite that energy in. So it's like just because they don't look like how society tells them that they need to look, right? As no matter what gender they are, I feel like all genders face, you know, society standards. I think that the fact that they may have a little extra weight or maybe, you know, maybe fit into the plus size section, maybe fit into the category of a fat body person, the fact that they feel like they would rather be private and invisible because they know, because they're just existing invites the hate, invites the trolls, I think speaks for itself of like what it's like to be fat online. Like honestly.
Yeah.
That's
there
crazy.
There was a line in what they said that really it's hitting me again. It's like I almost yearn a little when at least they didn't pretend to hate me for taking up space. Maybe that's mistyped. I don't know. Maybe I should try it again.
Oh my God.
But it's like they used to just be upfront about it, and now
that's a nightmare.
Yeah. Like it used to, I just hit my mic. Whoopsie. They used to be so mean. And I feel like there's a lot of people that like people who really preach body positivity that might be mid-sized or thinner. It's still through that lens of like it's okay to be body positive because at least you're not actually fat.
Right.
It's fucked, man.
That's ridiculous. I'm trying to find the other that hit me. That hit me.
Right? And I feel like even in like my personal experience in the bariatric community, it is fucking hard to find people that aren't just perpetuating diet culture and being self-righteous because they want to be thin because they hate themselves.
Right.
Like, if you hate yourself, anyone out there listening, if you hate yourself, I promise you, you are still going to hate yourself when you're a size 4.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. Yeah.
Like, I am currently about like 15 pounds heavier than I was when I was in high school. I hated myself. At 250 pounds when I was 17, I despised myself. I was happier at 440 pounds, my highest weight, than I was when I was just, a little thick.
A little thickums.
Yeah, I was just a tall, soft, chunky baby,
I can't find it. But no, I agree that it doesn't matter what size that I've been. Because, like, as I've never met a fat bodied person that doesn't know how to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't tried the diets, hasn't tried the change of lifestyles, hasn't been to the doctors, hasn't been through the programs. Like,
Oh, yeah.
every fat body person knows how to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
And it kills me when you get a comment of like, just go, like, you should just go to the gym.
Really?
It's like, oh, I never ever thought of that. I never,
Yeah.
when I'm at the gym and you guys are making me kind of feel like shit when I'm here, like, I never thought, like, just take it and it will be fine. You know what I mean? Like, I've just never met someone that hasn't, for me and my experiences, and I'm only going to speak from my experiences. Every fat body person I've met, speaking for myself, especially, I've tried to lose weight. I've yo-yoed for 20
Mm-hmm.
years, and it's always been like a me issue and how I've perceived myself and how I've treated myself.
Yeah.
When I'm thinner, I feel better, half because, like, obviously, like, my body isn't in as much pain because I do have back issues, but
Mm-hmm.
also because I'm living that standard of like, yes, like, yay, like, people won't be so mean to me. And it's like, why do you even have to have that mindset? Like, it's sad that you lose weight and you do feel better because people are nicer to you because they hate fat. They hate fatness. That's messed up. That's messed up.
There's a definite like line for everyone at any level of fat. It's like you cross over that, you get heavier than that, you're invisible. People are mean to you, but you're mostly invisible. I was not prepared for coming back over that line because I've been over, I think mine was honestly around like 300 pounds. I've been over 300 pounds for so long that I forgot. And then whenever it started happening again, I like freaked out. Some dude that lives next to us, like, half-ass cat called me, and I like locked myself in the house and thought he was going to come do an SVU episode on me. And I fucking freaked out. And it's wild. Like, it's wild that it's that different.
Right. That's one, that whole situation's so layered, but like, because one, like, it's sad, like, that you even got catcalled, right? But also the fact that as a bigger person, you didn't know how to handle it because of how invisible you feel as a big person.
Yeah.
Like, I think that
and as an awkward person and as a married person.
Well, right,
and,
absolutely.
Like, all that stuff stacked up, and I just like froze and ran in the house.
Right. That's
all I could do.
Safety first, everybody. But I know for me, like, my mirroring and my personality of being like the funny person has always, like, I haven't really ever felt invisible, but I've always felt disposable. You know what I mean? Like, I've always felt like that I wasn't going to be first pick. Even, like, recently, like, I went on a retreat with a bunch of incredible creatives, and a lot of them are like doing collabs together and stuff like that, and I haven't even like tried to do a collab with anybody because, like, I assume they don't want to do one with me because I was the biggest person there.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm already counting myself out. I'm already saying, like, oh no, like no one's gonna want to do a collab with the fat girl that went. And it's like, you're so programmed to think that, even though I'm putting myself online, even though I have a brand, even though I'm trying to like have experiences in the body I have, like I'm still already counting myself out because I'm a
Yeah.
fat person. You know what I mean? Like, and that was a lot of the submissions that I got. I had one, I can't find it, which is super annoying. That's why I was looking down on my phone, but they I hit my mic, sorry. They were talking about how they don't want to post themselves online because of
Mm-hmm.
how they're going to be perceived. Why are you guys so mean to people that are fat, putting themselves online, doing normal day activities, cooking in their kitchen, going to the beach,
Yeah.
going to Disney World? Like you have here, like let's talk about stuff that happens to people when they do normal activities and post about it.
Yeah. The first thing that's called out is, oh, look how fat you are. And it's
Right.
like, okay, this once in a lifetime trip to Disney World or where the fuck ever.
Right.
And that's what I hear.
Right. Well, that's like why I almost didn't go to Costa Rica. Like I almost
Mm-hmm.
didn't go on this like once in a lifetime journey. The first thing I was worried about was the plane. Would I
True.
fit?
You do. Oh, yeah. You're also like, you kind of have a fear of flying too, right? That's what I was
I
thinking
do.
of.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was worried that I don't know how to like ask for the accessories I need as a bigger
Yeah.
person. So the fact that you were so confident in being like, bro, like when you first get on, ask for an extender if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't need it, but even that, like my fat phobia, my internalized fat phobia came in of like, am I that big that I need
Mm-hmm.
an extender? And it's like, if
Yeah.
you need it, you need it. Like ask for it. You know what I mean? And I
The
didn't.
seatbelts should just be longer though. Like, I feel like they're made for total string beans. The seats should
Well,
also be bigger. Don't get me started
no, we
on
can't talk
planes.
about the seats. Like I flew Delta, y'all. I flew Delta and there was two thin-bodied amazing bird watchers beside me. I hope you guys are doing well and you're seeing
Oh.
all the birds you want to see. They're amazing. And they were even like touching me, right? Like
Yeah.
their thin bodies and I'm like sitting here like shrinking, sweating, holding myself together like trying to make sure like I wasn't making them uncomfortable being a
Yeah.
fat body person beside them. And I almost didn't go to this once in a lifetime experience because I was so wrapped up in the fact that I wasn't Instagram model beautiful in my eyes. I didn't, and I was going to rob myself of that experience. And then
Yeah.
I almost didn't like open up to the people that were there. Like I even still feel like I did hold myself back a little bit because I just in my head was like, these people are going to be mean to me. These people aren't going to
Mm-hmm.
want to talk to me or connect with me or even post me,
Yeah.
right? Because it's a whole other
That
thing.
God, yes.
It's a whole other thing for a thin bodied person to post their fat friend, to
Yeah.
post a fat person. So, any thin bodied person listening to this with a brand, post fat people. It's almost a red flag if I look at your feed on Instagram and you don't have any fat people.
Mm-hmm. Don't
That lets
post us like we're animals in a zoo either.
right. No,
If you don't
absolutely.
have fat friends, get
Oh,
one that you
fat,
actually
get
fucking
one.
like,
Yeah. Hello.
and
But
then
like
post them.
post them because I know you're around them. If the average
Mm-hmm.
size is an 18 in the US and you live in the US, like there's like, why don't you have any fat friends? Like, let's talk
Yeah.
about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
can we have a conversation?
Yeah. You're
It's
not
weird.
positive. You're not body positive if you're not friends with fat people.
You're
I'm
just
just
not
gonna fucking say it.
yeah, you're just not accepting of everybody. Like you can't say like,
No.
oh, like you meet those people that are like, I love everyone. I'm a good person. And it's like, okay, so like where are the fat people in your life? Like if you know what I mean?
Like, I pray for them.
All
I
right,
really
like
do.
I'm worried about
Like,
their
get
health.
fucked.
Yeah, like yeah, when people say like I'm really just concerned about your health, then pay my health insurance.
Yeah.
Pay my bill. Thank
God.
you. Thank you. Thank you. So
It's
how
like
are we gonna
it's like
end
fucking
this?
Easter dinner all over again.
I feel like it is. I feel like we're like tangenting now. Like,
I think we're in a groove. I like this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I miss. I don't know if they commented on the video because
I
I
think they
can't.
did.
Was it a comment that and they didn't fill out
Hmm.
the box? Because I can't feel. Oh my god, I can't
It was
find.
on that reel. I wanted to make like a video response to it. I just got sidetracked today because it was real shit.
Oh, it was a comment. Okay. They
Yeah.
said, I love you. You're gorgeous. I've always wanted to start an online presence, but never have because I'm so scared of my big body will be shamed, of how my big body will be shamed. I rarely even post pictures of myself anywhere because as my body has gotten bigger, I felt more shame and haven't wanted to put it anywhere for friends and family to judge. It's been a huge source of anxiety in my physical life and has prevented me from being online in a truly authentic way. What the
Relatable
fuck?
as fuck.
Relatable as fuck, but like I know
So
that
sad.
person. I'm going to keep them anonymous because they didn't give me permission to share, even though they posted in a public comment. I know this person, you guys. This is the heart of God that commented on that post, okay? They literally just sent me like a letter, like a pen pal letter,
Oh,
custom made card, okay? Custom drawn. They drew the whole card. Bunch of stickers that have everything to do with my personality. Said
oh,
like a Valentine's Day card. Like literally the sweetest person I know. And the fact that they're wanting to start a brand but are so scared of family and friends judging them online, ridiculous.
it'd be the ones closest to you,
Right? Like
honestly.
ridiculous. Well, yeah, I mean, how many times have you been the fat friend that they were like scared to be your size?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god.
Oh my god.
Like, even just sitting there hearing friends and like, just to preface, the ones that did say this have either grown or I cut them out of my life. But
Okay.
they'll be like, oh, I just feel so fat today. And
Oh
I'm
my
over
god.
there like, yep, imagine how I feel. And I weigh 200 pounds more than you. But
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
go off, little lady.
Right. Or oh my
Like, I
gosh.
get it. You know, like, there's just so many other ways you could say that. Like, I feel bloated. I don't
Right.
like how I look today.
Right.
And then if you say anything, it's like, oh no, like, you're beautiful. Like, okay,
Like
well,
no, you right.
it's one doodle that can't be undid, home
That's
skillet.
home skillet. I can't. Well, that's like Haley and I both had a friend that bless their heart, they used a filter. Remember? They used a filter. And they okay, this friend, you guys, this friend sent this Snapchat to the two fattest friends they have. I mean, I don't know if that's a fact, but two fat friends
Probably.
probably. They sent this Snapchat to us talking about how they can't believe the filter like thinned their face, right? And like does Snapchat like think their face is fat or something like that? It was I can't even remember. It was basically like it was fat phobia at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent it
From a
to
very small person.
a very small bodied
Small,
person.
just
Small
teeny
body.
weeny.
Right. And you're allowed to view your body how you want. I'm not here
Yeah.
to tell you that you can't. If you have any type of disorder or whatever lens that you're viewing your body from, like that's your view to have.
Yeah.
But don't seek comfort from those that are larger than you, trying to have the preface of like, this is gross.
Yeah.
I feel gross because it makes me feel larger than I am. And then
Mm-hmm.
send that to two larger people because that
Yeah.
internally tells us that we're gross
Yep.
because we're larger than you. Like, if
Yep.
you, like, honestly, like, that was the
Read the
end of the
room.
read the room, sweetie. Read the room. And then to like be
To make,
online be
sorry, go
online with
ahead.
that? No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. I can't. I can't.
Like,
I'm gonna
to
take a
make,
sip break.
yeah. To make matters worse. And we are not going to drag this former friend through the streets. But like, to make matters worse, when we were like, hey, like, I don't know how we handled it, if we were both like messaged them separately, or if we were like, were you upset? Were you upset? Like, we confronted them and we were like, in the future, maybe consider not sending your fat friends something like this. And instead of being like, damn, like, you're absolutely right. I don't like how the filter made me look, but I should have had more forethought. Like, that, honestly, speaking for myself, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
But instead, they doubled down and got really weird after they were called out and pulled back, like, threw it in reverse so hard in terms of, like, vulnerability in the friendship. Like, it was never the same after that. And
No.
that was like the death rattle of our friendship with that person.
It was.
Like, that was it. Over a filter.
Over a stupid filter. And this person is a good person, you guys. Like, they're funny, they're a great person. We're not shaming them. But what we are saying is, like, read the room and, you know,
be open to being wrong.
Yes, like, take that criticism on the chin. Like, if I was being, and that to me shows, like, how close we were, because, like, you wouldn't tell someone you didn't care about to correct their behavior. You just move on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
it shows, like yeah, you know, but it shows, like, that we cared, because we were like, hey, like, let's talk about this. Let's have an open dialogue. Like, let's have some character growth here. And like, I understand that that can be embarrassing, but imagine, put yourself in a fat person's point of view for a second and try to understand, like, the life that we live, especially online, is so different. It's like, it's hard to be fat online. And even if you think you're even on the fatness scale, you prevent yourself from putting yourself out there. You think that you're going to get hate. And I think that that's something that just comes along with being fat and trying to do what everybody else around you is doing. Like, I don't know anybody without a TikTok. I don't know anybody without an Instagram. And it's like, even trying to be in that space as a fat person, you automatically know you're going to get unsolicited health advice. You're going to get hate. You're going to get just insanely cruel comments. You're welcoming the worst of society, the worst in people, by putting yourself in the spaces that they're occupying. And that's hard to do. But I encourage you, Hayley encourages you, and we encourage you here to do it. Despite what you think is going to happen, despite what we know is going to happen, put yourself out there, because the community that you can find when you do is incredible. You have your own community, the VSG community that you have, Hayley, because of your surgery.
Absolutely.
Which has been,
I've met so many good people through that.
Right. And
there's obviously not everyone's awesome. There's still people that are very much steeped in diet culture, but yeah, there's community out there. You might think otherwise, but it's, people have an intrinsic, like, urge, like, they want to be connected to other people. No one wants to feel alone.
Right. And you wouldn't have found that community if you hadn't put yourself online, if you hadn't shared your story, if you hadn't created the reels that for me went viral for you. And you found that by being vulnerable despite what you were going to get. And I think that's something to remember. I want you guys, as we close out the episode, to really remember that, of do it in spite of what's going to come, because what is found in the journey is love, acceptance, community. I've had people that have followed me all the way from Mini Moods to now Sam Rose Romance, and they will message me like, yes, girl, like, get it. You know what I mean? Like, put yourself out there, be vulnerable, and block the haters like everybody does, no matter their size. Block them and keep going, right?
Take up space out of spite. They don't want you there. They don't want you there. And time out. It's absolutely, you have to make the conscious decision to start your online presence because of all the shit you're going to get. But fuck them. Make them mad. Ruin their fucking day by shaking your big belly on the camera. You know? Drew Afawalo that shit.
Yes.
I know I butchered her last name, but
That's why I said Drew earlier, because like
yeah.
I knew you would know who I meant. I didn't even
Yep.
try to say their last name. So the title of the episode is gonna be "Take Up Space to Spite Them." What did you say? I like I'll have to play it back.
Take up space out of spite.
Take up space out of spite, being fat online. That's the episode
Sagittarius
title.
way, baby.
Yeah, baby. But I think that that's going to be it for us. Hopefully, you guys have listened the whole way through. Let us know your experiences with being fat online. Let us know if you like longer episodes or if you want shorter episodes. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining us here in the plus size section.